Chosen ones, sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is to let loose and have fun. Valerie, talk to him.
Because joy is sacred too. Healing isn't meant to turn you into a monk locked in reflection. It's meant to free your energy so you can live. Laughter expands your aura faster than overthinking ever could. Play keeps your inner child alive, and that child is your purest connection to source. You don't raise your vibration by avoiding the world, you raise it by dancing through it. Fun is medicine, pleasure is prayer, and peace isn't silence, it's rhythm.
See, chosen ones, I know that you have dealt with a lot in your life. For you to even be watching me right now, that means you've healed. That means you've went through the dark night of the soul. That means that you have took those attacks that you have received and you transmuted them into love and wisdom. So at this point in time, I want to make sure that you don't fall into the trap, because so many chosen ones get into this trap of just wanting to be the healer, because they have spent most of their formative years healing the generation, healing their family generation, healing themselves, healing the trauma that they've experienced, trying to heal everybody around them, to where now that becomes your persona. But you know what? You didn't come here just to heal. You didn't come here just to deal with trauma. You came here to transmute that trauma. And once you've done that, it's your time to take a victory lap. Valerie, talk to him.
Yeah, because healing isn't the destination, it's the doorway. You weren't sent here to spend forever fixing what broke you. You came to remember how powerful you are after the repair. There's a moment when the medicine turns into movement, when the work you've done becomes the life you live, and that's when you start creating from joy instead of pain. You don't owe the world your wounds, you owe it your wholeness. So let yourself celebrate, travel, laugh, flirt with life again. That's not distraction, that's divine expression. Healing was your initiation, but freedom, that's your reward.
You see, chosen ones, you came here to experience, you came here to learn, you came here to remember. And part of remembering and part of growing is going through challenges. It's going through some turmoil. So that turmoil wasn't meant for you as punishment. It was actually meant for you to remember. It was meant for you to have wisdom and experience. You can't have wisdom without going through things and having experiences. You cannot receive wisdom through a book and living vicariously through other people. You can only gain and acquire wisdom. You can only grow through going through discomfort. That's the way you grow. That's the way you gain wisdom. So all I to say is that now once you acquire that wisdom, the way you then manifest everything that you want, you take all the wisdom from all that trauma that you went through. Now the way you do that is gratitude, because gratitude is the highest form of self-love. It's the highest form of manifestation. Gratitude is how you manifest things and how you manifest things quickly. So you ever seen people that go from, poor and they go to rich within a couple of years? That's the reason why. They took all of those years of the trauma. They metabolized that and transmuted it and integrated it. Now they start to have gratitude, and then now it starts to multiply exponentially. And once you start having gratitude, you start pulling everything towards you, and you collapse timelines quicker and quicker, because now when a new challenge comes to you, you're already looking and you can see the wisdom already. You're not fighting the challenge anymore. You're actually excited about the challenge, because you know that challenge is going to give you wisdom, which will give you a level up. And now you start to jump these timelines quicker. Something that would have taken you, 10, 20 years now might take you 10, 20 hours. It might take you 10, 20 months. It might take you 10, 20 days to have the same outcome, to have the same wisdom you acquired, because you already know the process. Valerie, talk to him.
Because once you stop seeing pain as punishment, everything changes. You stop resisting life and you start alchemizing it. Gratitude flips the frequency. It turns every scar into currency. When you thank the lesson while it's teaching you, you collapse time. You move from, why is this happening to me, to what is this showing me? And that question alone shifts dimensions. Gratitude tells the universe, I trust the process. And the moment you trust, you stop creating from fear. You you start creating from faith. That's why manifestation speeds up. You're not fighting the current anymore. You're flowing with it. The ones who rise fastest aren't the ones who avoid pain. They're the ones who thank it on the way up.
You see, chosen ones, you know, you are everything and everything is you. You know, if we are consciousness experiencing itself, if we are God's having a human experience, why would we set ourselves up to only experience pain, to only experience turmoil, to only experience things that hurt us and trigger us? That's because we don't do that. You know, the only reason that people feel that way is because they've been conditioned to feel that way by the Matrix. You are more powerful than you understand. You are God's having a human experience, experiencing itself. So I say, all I to say is that, you know, once you get out of that loop thinking that only bad things happen to you, then now you get into a new loop where only good things happen to you. Only good things happen for you. And then once you start to have that mentality, now literally this is up from here. So have some fun. Valerie, talk to him.
Because the moment you remember your source in form, life stops feeling like survival and starts feeling like play. You came here to create, not to suffer. Pain was just the wake-up call, not the curriculum. Once you outgrow that lesson, joy becomes your teacher. Every time you choose fun, you're saying to the universe, I trust my divinity enough to enjoy it. That's not denial, that's mastery. Because pleasure and piece of proof, you've learned how to steer energy instead of chase it. So laugh more, experiment, treat life like the art it is. You didn't come here to earn heaven, you came here to remember you are it.